I mean business, like the sharp side of a knife. I'm the ringleader. Mostly you don't see me, cause I stay out of the spotlight. It's easy, believe me, cause you're so distracted by what's in center stage being overacted. The ropes and elastic, the sawdust and sequins, they tell a story you all just believe in. You're so gullible, as long as it's colorful, bright and shiny. Yes, isn't it wonderful? Stay comfortable, relax, sit and watch it while I creep behind your backs and pick pockets. I don't stop at nickels and dimes when I want your time and the thoughts from your mind. Don't worry, it's fine. Stop looking backstage. Why you so curious? Act your age. Welcome to the carnival, ladies and gentlemen. Step right up, and I'll let you in. Hope you got a heart of gold. It'll test you, friend. Think you got it figured out? Guess again. What a carnival, ladies and gentlemen. Come on, play the games. We'll pretend you win. You're a hardy soul, a fine specimen. Step within the circus tent. Let's begin. Acrobats contort and twist the truth. Things in cages cavort just for you. Clowns fight each other and pretend they died. They're so good you forget they're on the same side. See that tightrope walker? Place your bets. She might fall and there's no safety net. Ah, your face is wet. Are those tears of joy? Watch animals dance when they hear the noise. We play them like a fiddle from the time they're little. Whip them into shape so they never solve the riddle. How can so few control so many and take their money down to the last penny? How can one man...
Hello, and welcome to another video. It's me, TPE, and I'm glad you're here with us today. We are going to be looking at 3 years worth of screenshots, and I'm not even done, so there may be a part 2. I should also add that these are in no particular order because I wasn't going there. I mean, this kind of takes a long time as it is, so they're just going to randomly pop up, and I mean, I'll try to put some of them in order. Let's just see how it goes. We're going to look at these screenshots and we're just going to talk about it as we go. And when I remember, you know, a story or what happened with regards to the screenshot, then I'll talk about it. If I don't, it'll keep on running by while I talk. Let's get started. Now, I obviously don't have all the crazy screenshots, and I'm sure some of them got lost along the way. But if you have a screenshot that you want to share with me that you didn't see in this video, please feel free to send it over to my TPE Facebook page. And I actually just use the messenger over there. I don't really do much with the Facebook page, no postings usually. Maybe I should start. But anyway, I do use the inbox a lot, and you'll find me under TPE, new word, YT, and then in brackets, Tragedy Pimps Exposed. And I'll put that on the screen above. It's also in my About section if you forget. Alright, so it looks like we're going to get started here with some Dolly Vision. Oh, my favorite, Dolly Vision. Look at that. Found dead. And then it says, Sebastian. Are you kidding me, Dolly? That's disturbing. That's called clickbait. And of course it says, breaking news. Oh, and look here. Sebastian turns cold case. Live call-in show. Yeah, Dolly, that's misinformation. Misinformation being spread once again by you. But oh, it's okay, because you shouldn't take anything for fact, because it's all for entertainment over on Dolly's channel. How disgusting. And how gross that you would call a parent of a missing child stank toe. Grow up. And I don't know, is this before or after you told everyone that you wouldn't be covering Sebastian's case anymore? I'm not sure. Oh, look, there's Betty. And this one's definitely disturbing. Betty writes, as her title, Sebastian Rogers, period. Body found, period. Tennessee. Of course, she's implying that Sebastian has been found. And he wasn't. More misinformation, more tagging of missing children. Gross. And I really don't remember the story behind this one or why I took this screenshot, but if you do know and you want to let me know, you can put it in the comments or in the live chat. Oh, and looky here. It's Pascal. We couldn't do this without him. He also quit. And then didn't. These people are a joke. And they do this to bring you in, bring you out. They quit, and then they decide not to quit when they realize, there goes your money. Your pockets aren't filling up quite as much unless you're tagging these missing children and spreading misinformation and drama in their names. So of course you came back. You and Dolly both. Oh, look, it's J for Justice. Spreading misinformation one day at a time. Exploiting missing children one day at a time. You and Granny make such a great team lately. More stank toe, more clickbait. I don't think he called into your show, Dolly. And here we go, Sebastian Rogers. Will Katie and Chris be at the vigil? Just stop. And the fact that they can't help tagging Sebastian's name and his parents' names in all their drama live streams, well, that's pretty bad. Because when people actually want to find legit information about a missing child, facts and stuff like that, they end up coming across these horrible drama live streams full of lies and misinformation. And that is not helpful to any missing child. And not only do they come across all this misinformation, but they also come across all your YouTube drama with other creators that has nothing to do with the missing child. Sickening. In this here one, Ziggy put Sebastian's name in her title, possibly tagged him, not sure, and didn't even bring him up once. She actually barely talked about Summer either. She mostly talked about Fred, and she tried to cook, and she did a lot of moving around. We'll just say that. That's the kitty cat dance party. That's where that came from. Dance party break. Let's do it in super fast speed.
Kitty cat dance party.
That's crazy.
Kitty cat. Kitty cat. Cat. Kitty cat. Party with a kitty cat.
Hey, when I'm making some of that rice you like, your favorite.
Kitty cat.
There we have some more Betty. And coming up next is actually Queen Bee. And I just kind of wanted to talk about this. Who agrees that tagging missing children in drama streams is wrong, even if you're correcting misinformation? Is it right, though, to then tag the missing child and their parents and a bunch of other stuff? I personally don't agree with it. And I have spoken to Queen behind the scenes about that. We don't have to agree with everything that someone does. And yeah, I was close with Queen, and when I'm close with someone, I talk to them behind the scenes about it. So I won't go too much further, but I also am not a hypocrite, and I'm going to be showing screenshots. All there is to it. I don't love the tag cash cow or putting that in a title with Sebastian's name. I just highly, highly disagree with it. And then I was kind of wondering why this stream is behind a paywall. I don't know, maybe something popped off and something happened. It's definitely possible. I'm not sure. I just wanted to make it extremely clear that I don't get behind a lot of this stuff. I don't get behind the tagging of missing children in drama streams, and I most certainly don't get behind the bashing of the father of a missing child, even if he's acting a fool. And that brings me to Granny. Granny, this thumbnail was definitely in poor taste. I think you definitely got off track, and you lost a lot of us. You went too far. You were bashing Seth, and you were tagging Sebastian on a daily basis. And you're not the only one. Don't get me wrong. You're not the only one. I just need to make it perfectly clear to my channel members and my supporters, my subscribers, that I just do not support that. And that's why you haven't seen me around. That's why I've been missing from a lot of chats. I'm not even sure that I can get down with the going over the interviews of the parents hundreds and hundreds of times. If you're sitting there picking those interviews apart, how is it any better than someone else who's doing it? You know, the bigger tragedy pimps. I don't know. I see that it can be a bit better because you're clearing up misinformation. But if you're making money on a daily basis on a missing child over and over again, I struggle with that. So I'm just being honest here, and yeah, I don't want to be a hypocrite, so calling it out. Doesn't mean I don't like these people, doesn't mean you won't ever see me again in their chats. As I said, Queen and I were close behind the scenes, and you'll probably still see me there, just not when things like this are going on. That's all. And again, we spoke about it behind the scenes privately. So that's probably all I'm going to say about it. I can't get behind the tagging of missing children and or their parents when it's mixed in with your drama streams. Unless you're spreading facts and facts only and not covering drama, their names do not need to be tagged in your descriptions. And those are just my thoughts and opinions on that. And everyone might be different, and that's fine. All right, let's shake it off and let's move on. On to Spanky. More tagging of missing children. And of course, this. This bothered me a lot. Will you please hit the thumbs up button to help spread awareness for Sebastian? I think he means spread awareness about how we hate on the parents over and over every single day and spread misinformation in Sebastian's name. Oh, and Spanky needs you to like the videos because this channel now, Clutch Them Pearls, is his monetized channel because yes, Spanky lost monetization on his main channel. And I think he said something about not even going back and doing true crime and monetizing it. Yet he is monetizing it over here. So yeah, I don't see the difference. We've got some JLR clickbait, making it look like the cops were called because of something to do with Sebastian, because his face is right there. But really, it was because people were, I don't know, acting out of sorts at a rally. There was a knife or a gun, I don't know, one or the other, and some drama happened. And of course, clickbait was made. Oh, and here we have T-Rev. This was dirty, bro. It says, Sebastian Rogers, doctor calls in live. So he's basically making it seem like Sebastian's doctor actually called in, which was not the case. It was indeed Dre Latina. You know, the doctor who throws herself into these cases and she pretends to know what she's talking about. She did it with Kylie Rodney, Summer Wells. She's done some dirty things with these tragedy pimps. I don't know what she's thinking teaming up with them. But no, Sebastian's doctor did not call in. T-Rev, you're a joke, and there's so much more about you. For anyone interested, Chronicles of the Shady has been dropping a few videos about him. Dirty, no, I'm clean. As well as Unsupervised Maniacs. Please do go check them out. Dirty. T-Rev is a whole mess and a whole entire video in himself. I mean, most of these people are, but we're here for screenshots, so let's keep going. And by the way, what you're looking at on your screen right now that's scrolling is his Spirit Box channel, where he exploits missing children and claims to speak to them over the ghost box. You may have to slow it down a bit to see all the titles if you're interested. I just kind of wanted to get it done quickly. And this doesn't include his main channel, where he exploits missing children over and over and over again, and even has fake people calling in and pretending to be someone in the missing child's life or parent's life. Anyway, do check out Chronicles of the Shady, and we also have the amazing Unsupervised Maniacs. So please check out both of their channels for more information on the T-Rev. Oh, and as well as Savage Live Media, she's got coverage as well.
Dirty, 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 dirty.
Oh, and let me not forget the most important part. No missing children were tagged during the making of those videos. I'm tired of it. I wish there was a way to calculate how much money all of these tragedy pimps and taggers have made off these missing children. I bet we would be floored. Yes. So this brings me to when Chris's ex-wife decided to do a tell-all type stream. And of course, creators used Sebastian's name to push it out there for clicks, views, likes, whatever you want to call it, on their channels. So yes, once again, Sebastian was used, and it had nothing to do with him. I've noticed that Trev Time has kind of left the community, or at least left his channel. I think he realized how gross it was, and I have respect for that. We all mess up. We all make mistakes. So I'm glad he's doing better things and keeping what he does do behind the scenes. Much respect for that. But we did have a lot of people who replayed the stream, had to go over it 50 times, had to go over all the interviews 50 times, and I'm sure some of them were tagging names. And I wonder, is all of that worth it? Do we need to pick apart every single interview over and over and over again for content? I don't agree with it. And there are channels that I respect, or I thought I did. I don't know anymore. I'm struggling in that regard. I'm not going to name names right this minute, but you guys can probably figure it out. Channels who are continuously going over Sebastian Rogers interviews day in and day out, over and over. It's too much, in my opinion. And yes, in my opinion, they are doing too much. And how is this helping Sebastian? That's the question I would ask. How does it help Sebastian get found? By going over these interviews hundreds and hundreds of times, trying to pick apart the words of these parents. I don't know. I just can't get behind it. I'm done with it. It's gross. I haven't really been behind it for a while. I would listen a little bit and usually just leave because, again, it's not helping Sebastian. Here is a quick example. Part 20? Seriously? Part 20 on the same missing child. To me, that is exploitation, and I don't want to be involved in that. Again, just my opinion. I get it. It's calling out the misinformation. But over and over on almost a daily basis. And it gets mixed in with drama. And no, as far as I know, Nonsense does not tag Sebastian's name. But she does tag the parents' names. But how much better are we if we're covering the same missing child day in and day out? Picking apart every single interview. I don't know, guys. I can't get behind that anymore. It's been a while. It's been a few months. I've been struggling with it. Anyway, people should go where they want to go, support who they want to support. I'm just struggling these days, trying to figure out where I fit in. And it seems there are less and less places that I fit in. So I don't want people to think, and Nonsense to think, that I'm coming in down on her hard or calling her out or anything like that. And Queen either. I certainly don't want to make any of our subscribers that we probably share feel uncomfortable about going to any of our channels. Yeah, I just wanted to open up the conversation and ask you guys, do Do you think this is exploitation? I think Nonsense does a lot of really great correction of misinformation, and I think that can help in the community, but I also think a lot of it isn't helping. I mean, we've all seen those interviews over and over. And I'm going to give you an example of something that I just can't get behind. So there's been a lot of reviewing of Seth's words. And I'm not going to say Nonsense was bashing Seth. And I don't think Queen necessarily was either. I'd have to go back and listen, but I think it's mostly the chats. And it can often be maybe a panel guest. But even when we start and we say something, well, in my opinion, it gets everybody going and going and going. And I don't understand why. Why would we ever want to replay horrible things that he said in his son's name or about his son? Why would he want to replay that? Why would we want to bring attention to that? Any attention to that? If Sebastian's out there, he doesn't need that on 50 channels. He doesn't need his father's words gone over 50 to 100 more times. Again, I'll say it again. It doesn't help Sebastian. Sure, we're clearing up misinformation and we're giving our opinions, but what is that really helping? And I'm asking myself that sometimes too when I'm clearing up misinformation, and I don't put stuff like that on my channel. I don't like to repeat horrible, disturbing things said by anyone, let alone. Anyway. It's just not worth repeating. And again, I'm stuck here. I don't know where to go from here. And I could use your input. And I notice here that we do have Seth Rogers tagged in this video. And just to be clear, this is from Nonsense. And I can't get down with that. I'm not sitting here trying to say that these channels are tragedy pimps, necessarily. But it is trauma. And they are participating in trauma. And I'm not saying I haven't ever participated in trauma, but, I don't sit up there doing anywhere from 3 to 7 hour live streams covering the parents of missing children and picking apart interviews with parents of missing children. I guess that's where the difference lies. And no, these channels are not harassing families, and they're not standing outside with a bullhorn. So obviously there are different levels here. And maybe it's just a lower level tragedy pimp tactic? I don't know. Again, I need your help here, guys. Please do weigh in. And again, I'm not here to bash anyone, call anyone out. I just want to have a conversation about it. That's it. And I do really appreciate all the time and effort that has gone into correcting misinformation and putting out actual facts. So please don't let that be lost. I'm just kind of thinking about the tagging and about the parents and about the going over the same interviews and technically reporting on the same missing child over and over again and making money while doing it. So let's talk about it. Where do we draw the line? When is it that we're not calling out the trauma, but that we are the trauma? Where's that line? Do let me know in the comments and in the live chat. I'm trying to make this video a little bit long so that we do have time to talk about it live in the live chat. And who knows, maybe someone can review this and have a panel about it. Because I'm struggling. I don't know where to go, don't know where to fit in anymore. And I'm not saying I won't be back to those chats. I just want us to do better for Sebastian and for any missing child. Tagging his parents isn't that much better, because it all leads back to him. All the mess. Just because we didn't start the mess doesn't mean we have to get in the mess and make it bigger. Just my thoughts. And I would like to be very, very clear about this. This is not to start drama. This is not to start a back and forth with anyone. I don't want to make any bigger messes either. And I know people want to go somewhere and find out what's going on with the cases and the drama. It's in our nature. We want to find out. And hey, those channels that I just had up on my screen are often great places to get caught up. And I'd much rather give my view to one of those channels than, say, Dolly or Betty, because at least we know we are probably getting factual information that has been vetted for the most part. And I know there's a lot of hard work put in to do that. So again, you're probably going to see me in there. This is just to open a conversation and see if there's any way that we can do any better somehow. That's all. So yeah, that's all for that. So let's end there with that and let's move on. Back to some tragedy pimps and a bunch of screenshots. Okay, so this brings us to Dolly Vision's live search for Sebastian Rogers while he was sitting on an airplane and in an airport. But that was the title of his stream. Dolly, you're a joke. You were literally sitting in an airport and that was your title. Wow. And then the whole thing with the Cajun Navy, where you pretended they were just terrible people, when in reality, you didn't follow directions. And so, because you couldn't film and you didn't sign up properly, you were asked to leave. You couldn't handle that, and then you started bad-mouthing the organization who actually searches for missing people. Wow. Oh, look, here's Betty again, with all her tags and misinformation in the case of Audrey Cunningham. Remember? Oh, here's a quote from Betty. I'm there to help, not interfere. Bullhorn Betty. Oh, look. More screenshots. All the things she does to use missing children and their families. Oh, and here is one of the most disgusting. It says, moments before Audrey Cunningham was discovered. And guess what? It wasn't, and she wasn't. That was a lie, Betty. All for clicks, views, and money. Because you're not here for children. You're here for yourself, and you're here because this is your income. You have proved time and time again that tagging and clickbait is more important to you than actual facts about these missing kids. Oh, look, it's Prayer Garden. It's Prayer Garden and all the messy things that she has done in Summer's name. And plenty of other people's names, you know, like Summer's brothers, witnesses, neighbors, all the things that she has done. And I don't even want to add these pictures, but this vile woman has taken pictures of missing children, taken their heads, and put them on different bodies. If you don't believe me, just go check out her community wall. It's disturbing, and I don't even think I want to add them. But do feel free to go look for yourself. They're on her community wall, and they're all mixed in her content. And I'm pretty sure that coming soon, we have way more pictures of Prayer Garden, or screenshots, I should say. They're coming. Oh, look, we're back to Ziggy. And this is how Ziggy used the CPS, fake CPS reports over and over again. Video after video. She made copies of the video. She made a second copy of the video. She made a video talking about the video. She made another video with another creator talking about the video. She went to other people's panels talking about the video. Many, many copies of the same thing over and over, and all for money. All misinformation, all lies, and all in the name of Summer Wells, her brothers, and her parents. It's Dolly again, and he says, Summer Wells, all these people lie. The latest update. Okay, first of all, there was no update. Second of all, you're a liar as well, Dolly. And I don't know if these people lie or not. I'm sure some of them do. It's been a whirlwind. In fact, I know some of them do. But Dolly, you're no better. And this isn't your child. You didn't know this child. And you just sit up here and make money on her and lie. It's gross. And this begins the exploitation of Allie. Allie is Hunter's mother. And Hunter was with Summer on the day she went missing, earlier in the day. And I love how Dolly calls this a circus. Dolly, you are the circus. You're part of the circus. A huge part of the circus. Now, Dolly certainly wasn't the only one who exploited Allie's passing. We have Cow Lady, Queen Bee. Sorry, girl, you exploited it too. You went on for days and days and days about it. The so-called scam and Andrew, and it was a lot. And at that time, regardless of what the family is doing, they should have been left alone. They didn't need people talking about them in terrible ways like Prayer Garden did. And then maybe they felt the need to respond. They also, listen, I'm not going to get into Andrew Hiltz, but yeah, that was a whole situation in itself too. And it was terrible. You did it too, Andrew. Gross. All of it. I understand and wanting to call out misinformation, but I also think that a family who is grieving, that trumps all, and they should have been left to grieve. People act all sorts of ways when they're grieving. Some people lash out. Some people might even do something stupid because they feel so desperate and lost. I just think they should have been left alone. Just my thoughts. All right, so this has all been very serious. So let's take a minute to have a little giggle. So we all know how Prayer Garden always says, I have an ideal, like instead of idea. And I was shocked when she actually typed ideal instead of idea as well. So not only does it come out of her mouth that way, but she even types it that way. Anyway, I thought that was cute and funny. So back to the seriousness. It's Slimy Smiley. And I do remember this live stream. Don Wells called in. He used foul language, the N-word. Pretty sure he spread some misinformation. But of course the stream was left up and he was encouraged to keep talking. I don't know. For myself personally, if a parent of a missing child reached out to me and wanted to speak on my channel in this community, that would be a hard no from me. I would inform them that it's not a good idea, that every word you say will be picked apart, and that during the worst time of your entire life, while you have a child missing, you may not always act the same way that you would if you weren't going through trauma. Anyway, you guys get my points. I just would not be platforming these people. However, most of these tragedy pimps love nothing more than to have these parents on their panel and they pimp them out. It is what it is. It'd be one thing if they were up there to just give the facts, but it doesn't turn out that way. And it doesn't turn out well for them as they sit up there and in the days to come afterwards, when their every word is picked apart. And as a creator in this community, you know that. And you know that's going to happen. So why platform them? Again, just my thoughts. Everyone's different. And I do think there are some creators on here with really good intentions. They're hoping to help spread the word about the missing child. But I do think that most of these people, most of these tragedy pimps, they're up there trying to be an armchair detective and I'm going to catch them saying something on my channel. And of course, having the parent of a missing child on your channel will bring the views. So there's that as well. So is it about the money? Is it about being a detective and trying to catch them slipping up? I don't know. probably a little of everything. And then there's a small percentage who actually care. And if the parent asked to come up on the panel to help spread the word about their missing child, that's a different story. So that brings me to my next point or part of conversation. We're going to talk about Duchess and these interviews. And she had Chris and Katie on her panel. And when I refer to someone having good intentions, it would definitely be Duchess. I think she's kind, she's sweet, she does a lot of work for missing children. She helped with the billboards. Anyway, she's done a lot. She puts his face out there, she puts the facts out there. My concern here is that when you have an interview with parents on your panel, you know what's going to happen. Those interviews were picked apart so badly for days, weeks, months. It's still going on. And then we have Duchess again going over the same interviews, picking out words and... I don't know, guys. These are the things I'm struggling with. And I like these people. I have respect for these people. But where do we draw the line? Where do we draw that line? We are trauma. I'm covering this trauma right now. I don't know what to do, where to go, where the line is drawn. And maybe we just leave it as everybody's line is different. But again, missing children being tagged. Parents' names being tagged. And repeated drama over and over. And it's the same drama over and over by all these channels. How many channels do we need to pick through these interviews? How many? And as viewers, why are we watching it over and over? The very same interviews over and over again. As Sebastian gets further and further lost. I just think it's sad. Where do we go from here? I don't know. Again, like I wrote earlier, it sounds like a me problem. So where do I go from here? Maybe that is the question I should be asking. Where do I go from here? I guess my thoughts are that keeping the parents of missing children off of these trauma panels is one of the first steps. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. It just sounds helpful. These parents, they just have no idea what to do and what's going to happen. They can't foresee the future like we can because we've been around long enough to know what happens after these interviews. And they literally get pressured to speak by those tragedy pimp channels. Pressured to speak because if they're not speaking, they must be guilty. I guess I just hope that as the good guys, that we would forewarn them at least and tell them that they don't owe anyone on YouTube anything. But again, if it were me, I would just really advise them to not come into this community. Oh, look! It's Ryan Finds Nothing. Yeah, I remember now why I have this screenshot. So Ryan and his fake psychic wife, who by the way came out of nowhere, she doesn't claim to be psychic. She just claims to have some sort of powers or magic. I don't know. But anyway, they made a whole video with Summer's name. Search for Summer Wells. Found children's purses in a homeless encampment. Like, what the hell? Who cares? Like, who cares if you found some purses that have nothing to do with Summer on your search for Summer and, well, you use her name for money? I actually just recently did a video on Ryan. It may be the video right before this one, when you see this one, or two ago, depending. And it kind of proves that Ryan is a little bit of a fraud. Well, he's at least a sellout. Gang, gang, Ryan. And what you're seeing right now, scrolling across your screen, is all the videos Ryan has used Summer's name in. Searching here, searching there, giving away all the places he's gonna go next. Well, maybe not all of them, but don't you think it's dangerous to tell the whole world where you're gonna go search next? I think it's stupid. And by the way, he bases his searches, or some of them, on psychic tips. So there's that. At least he's out there searching though. I'll give him that. There's a lot that don't. Or at least he's pretending to search. I don't know, I'm not there. I just know he uses a lot of videos with Summer's name tagged in it. So there we go, more tagging. Stop tagging Summer Wells to line your pockets. Stop tagging missing children to line your pockets. Boom. More prayer garden, more drama. Her and Daisy back and forth. Drama this, drama that. More BS. Prayer garden is one of the worst in Summer's name. She calls it Summer's channel, and she actually thanks people for sending her super chats in Summer's name, and she thanks them on behalf of Summer. And yes, that's Jody Sue sitting up on her panel. Just like Jody Sue was entertaining Ernie on his panel the other day for hours. I still don't quite understand what she's up to with that. She's on here talking about tragedy pimps and she can't stand them, but then she gets up on their panels, entertains them, and creates more drama. Hours and hours of drama. I don't get it. Maybe there is a method to her madness. It's quite possible. Back to Jody Sue and Prayer Garden in a second, but I just saw this strange thumbnail and I didn't understand it, but it's looking ridiculous. Anyway, back to Jody Sue and Prayer Garden. So scrolling across your screen now are all kinds of live streams that Prayer Garden has done in Jody's name, in the name of her children, in the name of her ex. And of course, 99.9% of her videos have Summer in the title. On and on and on and on. And then I don't get why she hops up on her panel and entertains it. Maybe she's trying to correct misinformation, but sometimes it just doesn't seem that way. I don't know. I personally just don't get it, and I've always wondered maybe Jody can answer me in a shorter live stream that isn't like 12 hours, because I don't have time to watch these 12-hour live streams. If anyone hears the response, they can let me know. Jody, my comment section's open. I just don't get it. I don't get it because you get mad at other people for talking in chats with people that you don't like, but then you jump up on these panels. I'm confused, and I'm interested to hear the method of your madness. That's all. Not trying to judge, just actually extremely curious. So do let me know. And again, you're not blocked here. And I wish I wasn't blocked on your channel so that when you speak about me, I could respond or we could carry an adult conversation about it. Because you tend to get a lot of things wrong with regards to me. And I'm sure others that would also like to respond. Anyway, it would be nice that even if just when you're talking about me, you could unblock me. Or if you're talking about anyone, you could unblock that person. It's the right thing to do. So, just my thoughts. And wow, we're still going with these live streams that Prayer Garden has done in Jody's name. Still going. Wow, that's a lot of money you've made off of Jody, Prayer Garden. A lot. It needs to stop. And of course, stop using Summer's name. There are no new updates in her case.
Know what I mean, know what I need. Know I got this for certain. Dirty, 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 dirty.
Oh, Doug. Mr. No thanks. I don't even know what to say about him. It's kind of a lot, so maybe we'll save that for another time. I do have other videos, though. Here are just a few screenshots with regards to psychics that have exploited Summer and other missing children, like Sebastian, Michael Vaughn. These psychics make a lot of money, and they're always wrong. Every time. Wrong. 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 And it's a joke. yet they just sit here and make money. Hand over fist. I know I did a video or two on that Candace Starr person who was in the previous couple screenshots. She is interesting and a fraud. But anyway, I do have a psychic type tragedy pimps video planned for the future, so I'll save some of those screenshots and some of that content for that. Oh, Nita's world. Oh, and by the way, she disappeared for a while. I don't know if it was because of the video that I had made, but she did disappear and she's back. She's in full usual herself, you know, talking about all the medical things and how she has no money and talking about the food stamps, kind of like Ziggy, you know, begging in a not so begging way, or just pretty much out there begging. Anyway, welcome back, Nita. You're a tragedy pimp. Oh, look what I just found. Summer Wells Spirit Box, Molly Go Lightly. And she tagged Summer in this video that was obviously a joke. But if it's such a joke, Molly, why did you tag Summer in it? It's sickening. It's gross. And it is not fucking funny. Just like the birthday party you had for her. Not funny and not cool. Exploitative. 100% exploitation on your part. While I do appreciate all the fundraising that you have done, and it's legit fundraising, I can attest to that, there was so much more exploitation and horrible things that you did in Summer's name. It doesn't make up for it when you do a few fundraisers, although appreciated. And hey, the only reason I care about getting to 10,000 subscribers is so that I can do fundraisers. I actually look forward to that. I don't know if it'll ever happen, but I do look forward to that. So if you want to sub up, please do, because I'm looking forward to getting to 10K. And I'd love to do many fundraisers for the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. Now, I know you guys hear me talk about that organization a lot, so I'll make it quick, but I always want to say that in lieu of donations to this channel, I am always appreciative of you donating to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children because they do such amazing work over there. They are the real heroes. And the link for ways you can help will be in the description. And of course, the tip line, the cyber tip line, if you know of any exploited children, missing children, or if you're a family member and you're interested in talking to this amazing organization, you can dial 1-800-THE-LOST. And we're back to Dolly. Look at him, just exploiting so many missing children for years and years now. Kylie Rodney, Dylan Rounds, Summer Wells, Michael Vaughn, Cody Bigsby, and the list goes on. I think I actually have more screenshots of Dolly than anyone else. Wow. He has here Katie playing victim, and that's regarding the latest with the protective orders. Oh, Dolly, get a grip. So here, Dolly writes, full-blown circus. All I see is clowns. Breaking news. And then right under it says full-blown circus, all I see is clowns. He's got an arrow pointing right at Sebastian. Dolly, one of the only clowns I see here is you. You and your buddies. Now here, I would love to know why it is that you have a bloody handprint and blood dripping all over someone's child who is, yes, now found deceased. Why do you have blood running all over Sebastian when he isn't missing? And here you have it again. Blood all over. That's inappropriate. It's disgusting. And it's disturbing. Dolly, please stop. Stop doing this to Sebastian and all the other missing and exploited children. When you do inappropriate things like this, you're hurting their loved ones. Well, well, we definitely couldn't have a screenshot show without Chris McDonough from the interview room, because I found an interesting screenshot that I'd kind of not forgotten about, but just hadn't seen in a while. So I thought I'd throw it in there. Let's take a look. And I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I am going to explain it a little bit. We do have a few more people to call out, so don't go anywhere. We're getting close to being done, but certainly not quite. Probably another 15 minutes to go. So hang tight, and you're going to hear some more names. So this is actually from when the TBI had to come out and make a statement just to tell everyone that no, Chris McDonough was not working with the TBI or law enforcement in any way to do with Summer's case. So if you have a minute there, you can pause to read it. Just at the very top here it says, "We are not working with Mr. McDonough, nor did we ask for his assistance." So there you have it, Mr. McDonough. You overstepped, you inserted yourself, and you really, really affected Summer's case. That's another whole video in itself as well, but I think a lot of you know what went down with that. Oh, Kraken cases. Well, back when they first started doing searches at Summer's house in and around and helping the Wells, I thought they were good people. That was really long time ago when I was very new to this community, very naive. I didn't even know what a tragedy pimp was back then. And now I just know too much. And this is just a super chat that rubbed me the wrong way. It says, "Sending love and light to our baby sister, Summer Moon, Utah Wells. Summer's Army, gang, gang." Come on. Summer is not your sister. You don't know her. None of us do. Doesn't mean we don't care about her, though. But she's definitely not our sister or our daughter or anything of the sort. Look who it is again. It's Dolly. And he's sitting up there getting paid, working on Summer Wells t-shirts. I don't think you're supposed to do that, Dolly. How much did you charge for those t-shirts? If anything. I'm honestly not sure. I don't remember, but it definitely sounds like something you'd do. So these are what I was referencing earlier, and all the copies of bombshell information, which is the CPS, or fake CPS reports that Ziggy decided to make up, and here's more and more and more. All about it, repeated over and over again. Absolutely disgusting. Disgusting what she said about the boys, disgusting what she said about Summer and her parents, and plenty of other people. Ziggy. And you're still on there, doing disgusting things. Over and over and over again. Numerous lives, hundreds and hundreds. Oh look, there's a picture of my channel when I had only 300 subs. I was so proud. I took a little picture. Anyway, moving on. More Ziggy and her bombshell BS. I just can't believe how many streams she did on the very same topic over and over. Oh, Dolly. Sebastian kidnapped hoax. Breaking news. Seth grifts potatoes. And at the top, he says, OMG, bunch of exclamation marks, is all I'm going to say. And this is unfortunately Queen Bee, and she's tagging everybody during a drama stream regarding Betty. I find it sad. All the parents and Sebastian, not cool. And then, of course, we've got Grifty. We know she tags Sebastian and all the missing kids and all the drama and does it all together. And in this one, it even says, well, it says a bunch of stuff, and then it says, the purpose of these streams are for entertainment purposes only. The views and opinions of the guests on the channel are not the views of the channel host. Aw, way to cover your ass, Brittany. Way to cover your ass. You tag missing children every day of the week, and you run drama and BS for hours. and you sit up there and you grift in these missing children's names, and you have no shame. You'll grift for anything. You lie. You even set up some fake swatting at your house, which was a load of BS, and that was proven with documents. And I believe that was on Dietz's panel. It was proven over there. And you did it all so that you could be the victim and so you could rack in a bunch of money. So anyway, that's Griftney, and she's a tragedy pimp, a major one. And now we're going to move on to Brooks from Crime, Lines, and Lies. And she just did a really dirty thing. I mean, she's done a lot of dirty things, but this one was really dirty. She released a very drama-filled phone call, and it was to do with a fight with her and her mod, and she decided she would tag Sebastian Rogers in that video when it had nothing to do with him. Not only did she do that, but she also called Brandy, didn't tell her she was recording her, put her on the spot, and I won't say much more than that, but it was dirty, it was low down, and it was disgusting. And Brooks, you should be ashamed of yourself. And this here is another Sebastian Rogers rally. I may have already gone over that one, my bad. And all the taggings and all the drama. Oh, and here's another one behind a paywall. Press conference about Audrey Cunningham. Why would that be behind a paywall? Strange. Maybe something popped off in that one too. Not sure. I guess I just don't understand why anyone would join membership to see a press conference that was free on the news channels. And next, I just wanted to briefly bring this up as an example. This is when I talked about it earlier, when Allie passed away and the Hunter stuff and Andrew Hilt stuff happened. Live stream after live stream after live stream, and to me, it just felt exploitive. That's kind of when I stopped coming around as much. And I would still go in. I would just go in when it was something I agreed with. That's all. And yeah, I don't know why there were so many all in a row. And it was sad. And Summer Wells is tagged as well. And that upsets me. It upsets me a lot. So Forgotten Whispers tagged Sebastian Rogers tonight in a stream where she was going over this weirdo's timeline. The guy had a bunch of stuff wrong, and Forgotten Whispers, I'm trying to say this nicely, in the nicest way possible, but she didn't know what you were talking about. And if you're going to review something, you should probably know a little more about what you're talking about in order to correct the misinformation, or anyway, at least know what you're talking about, because it just didn't sound too good. And you have his name tagged, and I just think you should do better. Reminds me of the time where the severed head showed up on your stream, and you obviously hadn't done the research to know that that was going to pop up. It's pretty important that we know what we're reviewing for that reason and this reason. I left pretty early because, yeah, it just wasn't a good look. She also lost her monetization, but she has a lot of pay links. My thoughts are, if you're going to tag a missing child, the stream should be pure facts, and facts alone. No drama, nothing else. Just the facts. Or don't do it at all. Don't tag them at all. Don't mix missing children's names in with your drama. Because when people would like the facts about the missing child, they're going to come across all of your drama and BS, and that's not fair. Don't tag the parents' names either. That's also not fair, because those parents' names are directly connected to Sebastian or to Summer or whichever missing child's parents that you're covering. It's unfair, and it is not helping these missing children. When we tag them, when we have clickbait, none of it's helping. And I'm sitting here wondering, what the heck am I doing in this community with people around me that I thought I respected, that I want to respect, that I want to be in the same community with? I expect this type of thing from Dolly, Betty, Ziggy, Prayer Garden. I enjoy correcting misinformation with you guys. But if we're going to sit around and go over the same interviews with the parents over and over and pick apart their every word, I don't want any part of that. I don't want any part of the clickbait. I don't want any part of the tagging and granting. We just saw a screenshot of yours, a recent one, and I'm going to put it back up on the screen because you were doing a Betty review and you tagged Sebastian. Why? Aren't you supposed to be one of the good guys? All the so-called good guys that I mentioned today are people that I want to hang out with that I am now extremely disappointed in. And maybe there's a way we can just talk it out, and maybe there's a way we can do better. I really do think we can do better. And I hope no one's mad at me. These are just my feelings and how I've been feeling for a few months at least, if not longer. And I'm not sure where to go from here. A conversation, a panel, or you guys could just stop tagging Sebastian Rogers over and over. Stop picking apart the interviews with the parents over and over. It's wrong. It's low-level tragedy pimping here. Low level, like really low. But is it? The drama mixed with the missing children is obviously called trauma. And I thought we were here to call out the trauma, not be the trauma. And that's where I'm drawing the line for myself. And again, if you're doing a stream where that isn't happening, then you'll probably see me pop in, and I hope I'm still welcome. I really do, because I'm not here to fight with anyone or cause anyone any pain or hurt. But I also refuse to compromise my morals and my integrity, what I stand for. And I just can't do it anymore. So there's that. Anyway, hopefully this opens up a healthy conversation. This isn't drama or a fight or something I want to go back and forth on, but I'd be willing to have a healthy conversation about it anytime. I can be reached on Facebook Messenger. It's in my About section. And again, this wasn't to ruffle any feathers, wasn't for drama, not for clicks, views, likes, money. It's just how I'm feeling, and because of my absence, I wasn't sure if people were... Maybe nobody even noticed, but I just kind of wanted to explain where I was coming from and how I was feeling. So if you're on the replay gang and you weren't with us in the live chat for the conversation, I would love to get your feedback. And even if you were in the live chat and you want to comment more, please do. The comment section is open, and yeah, speak freely. Just speak respectfully, obviously, and freely. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Toodles.
Dirty. Know I'm clean, how I'm coming, I can't show no mercy. Know what I mean, know what I need, know I got this for certain. Might do 10 and curves, all my wins deserve it. Might do you dirty. Know I'm clean, how I'm coming, I can't show no mercy. Know what I mean, know what I need, know I got this for certain. Might do 10 and curves, all my wins deserve it. Might do you dirty. What you expect? Talking about fresh, like pay your respects. She got a new purse, sent through a text. Say where you at, sent the address and I'm rolling. All on the wrist, I control it. I'm looking like a big homie. Told him back up, you don't know me. I do just fine on my lonely. I feel like Scarface, I'm Tony. Baby boy, you look like Jody. I need a 30 for 30, ballin' like Kobe. Dirty. Know I'm clean, how I'm coming, I can't show no mercy. Know Know what I mean, know what I need, know I got this for certain. Might do tents and curtains, all my wins deserve it. Might do you dirty, 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 dirty. Know I'm clean, how I'm coming, I can't show no mercy. Know what I mean, know what I need, know I got this for certain. Might do tents and curtains, all my wins deserve it. Might do you dirty, 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 dirty. Ain't got no trust, ain't got no trust. I don't explain, I make the wave, I make a rush. Back at the wall, I feel the rush. Gotta go hard, fist in the ball, okay, what's up? I know they doing me dirty, I just returning the favor. Shawty been getting out flirty, she know I came with the flavor. Getting side out by the losers, but I get love from the gangsters. Let me find out that she came with you, then she gon' leave with me later. Dirty, dirty, dirty. Know I'm clean, how I'm coming, I can't show no mercy. Know what I mean, know what I need, know I got this for certain. Might do tents and curtains, all my wins deserve it. Might do you dirty, 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 dirty. Know I'm clean, how I'm coming, I can't show no mercy. Know what I mean, know what I need, know I got this for certain. Might do tents and curtains, all my wins deserve it. Might do you dirty, 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 dirty.